Game 2 of the Eastern Conference semifinals as the Boston Celtics host the Washington Wizards. Welcome into another edition of the Celtics pregame report with Josue Pavone. I'm joined by MassLive.com's Jay King to preview tonight's game. Been trying to get him on one of these since like the start of the playoffs, so I'm very excited to have him on. Jay, what's going on, man? Thanks for joining me.
Not much, man. Thanks for having me. I'm glad it finally worked out.
I know, man. Well, I know your schedule's so crazy, of course, the back and forth and the traveling and everything, so I'm glad I was able to work this out before you head over to Washington.
Indeed, yeah. It should be a fun game, too, before we get to Washington.
All right, so in Game 1, the Celtics erased a 17-point deficit. They outscored the Wizards 36-16 in the third quarter. How do you expect Washington to bounce back tonight?
Well, I think there's going to be a lot of scoring in this series. I don't think either team can really stop the other. Obviously, the Celtics made a ton of three-pointers in Game 1. They won't always go 19 for 39, is I think what the number ended up being. But Washington needs to do a better job of guarding this three-point arc and stopping penetration and taking care of the ball. John Wall had 8 turnovers. They can't have that happen and give up all the easy buckets they gave up. Offensively, Washington was great. You know, Boston never really stopped those guys. Bogdanovich had a good game off the bench. Wall and Beal got theirs. Marcin Gortat did a lot in the paint. So everything Washington needs to do is defensively, but they're going to need to do a lot better job. Ever since going small, the Celtics have just gotten really whatever they wanted. They've gotten great open three-pointers, and when they're hitting like they were in Game 1, they're really, really tough to stop right now.
Yeah, you know, the Celtics continue to rely on that three ball throughout this postseason. What are your thoughts on that? Like, what do you think this outside shooting, you know, is it fool's gold? Is it something that they're going to need in order to beat the Wizards? Or do you think that they can actually beat Washington in this series without having to rely on that three-point?
I think they will rely on that three-point. You know, I think they were third or fourth in the regular season in attempts. In the playoffs so far, they've attempted more three-pointers than any other team. And historically, that's a really good sign because that means you're getting good shots. And Isaiah Thomas is getting in the paint. He's finding guys open at the three-point arc. You know, Jay Crowder hit 6 of them last game. Avery Bradley, obviously capable. Al Horford has been stretching out the other team's big man, whether it was Robin Lopez in the first series, Marcin Gortat against Washington. So the Celtics, they're really tough to guard right now. And when they play small and when they play Horford at the 5 and they have 5 shooters, 5 guys who can dribble, pass, and shoot, you know, they're really tough to stop right now. Right now, they have one of the best offenses in the playoffs, and I'm not sure, especially if Markieff Morris isn't healthy, that the Wizards can really stop them. I anticipate this being a high-paced, high-scoring type of series.
CLNS Radio's Celtics pregame report is being powered by the SeatGeek ticketing app, the smartest and easiest way to buy and sell sports and concert tickets. Get a $20 rebate on your first purchase by downloading the free SeatGeek app to your phone. Go to the settings tab and click add a promo code and enter the code CELTSNEWS. That's CELTSNEWS, all one word, for a $20 rebate, and so SeatGeek knows who sent you. All right, Jay, so one of the debates around the city pretty much all season long has been the impact of Al Horford. Whether you look at his statistics, whether you look at his overall production, lately he's been quieting those naysayers, putting together some excellent performances. How important is Horford's production in this series, and why do you think he's been able to perform at such a high level?
I think moving over to the center position has helped him. I think Robin Lopez, Marcin Gortat, for all the difficulties they give him on the glass, they can't match up with him. They're not quick enough. They're not athletic enough. He's getting in the paint. He's finding guys from everywhere. He's a great passer. Right now he's averaging 16, 9, and 7 throughout the first 5 games or 7 games of the playoffs. He's just having a one monster showing after the next. I think it's helping him that teams send so much energy and resources to guard Isaiah Thomas, and that's a huge difference. You know, when teams were able to do that last year, when Atlanta, which coincidentally Horford was on last year, did that same thing in the playoffs. You know, they had Jared Sullinger, they had Amir Johnson, they had Kelly Olynyk to throw to. Now they have Horford, and he's just a really good playmaker. And so yeah, you know, people gave him some crap throughout the season. I think it was really unwarranted. I think because he's not the most physical guy, I think fans unfairly criticize him. Obviously, he can do a lot, and his versatility to be able to play the 4, to be able to play the 5, to be able to play alongside any guy in their front court, whether it's Amir Johnson, Kelly Olynyk, Jonas Jerebko, Jay Crowder now in the starting lineup. That's huge for them, and his skill level is something they never had last year. And to be able to maintain their defense well while, you know, adding that type of skill guy is just enormous for them. It's been huge for their offense. And right now, you know, playing him at the 5, playing shooters everywhere, having Isaiah Thomas, they're really tough to guard. And he's a big part of that. The signing of him, you know, that was really, really helpful. And anyone who didn't realize that throughout the season, I think was really misguided.
All right, Jay's prediction time. Who wins game 2?
I think the Celtics win again. I think Morris, if he plays, won't be healthy. That sprained ankle looked really, really bad.
Yeah, I'd be shocked if he's out there.
Yeah, he said it's the worst he's ever had. So I don't think he's healthy, and if he's not healthy, I think the Celtics will do what they did to the Wizards in Game 1, which is just spread them out, shoot a ton of threes, and I think Isaiah Thomas will be able to get whatever he wants. The Wizards are not a deep team, so a loss of Morris, or if he's hobbled, that really, really hurts them. So I've got Celtics in Game 2, and if Morris can't get healthy, I don't think the Wizards can win the series.
He is J King of MassLive.com. You can follow him on Twitter at @byjking. That is at @byjking on Twitter. You can, of course, check out all of his content on MassLive.com/Celtics. Jay, thanks for coming through, man. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for having me, man.
Well, that's going to do it for this edition of the Celtics pregame report. Special thanks to Jay once again for joining me, and to everyone who tuned into yet another edition of the Celtics pregame report. Tonight's postgame show will air immediately following tonight's game on CLNS Radio. You want to check that out? Call in toll free at 347-215-7771 after the game to get on the airways. Or just like this show, you can listen to it on demand anytime, any place, anywhere on the CLNS Radio mobile app. Be sure to check out the Garden Report after the game on the CLNS Radio YouTube channel at youtube.com/CLNS Radio for all the raw and uncut videos from the locker room and the press table. We'll see everyone back here this Thursday as we'll get you ready for Game 3 between the Celtics and the Wizards. Weekday shows air on the Celtics Newsfeed channel on iTunes, Stitcher, and the CLNS Radio mobile app. For today's Boston Celtics pregame report with Josue Pavone, this is Josue Pavone signing off.